Zombies 5: The Rise of a New Undead Generation. Coming 2026, and beneath it a faint whisper echoes, "Peace never lasts." Especially when it's built on forgotten graves. Lightning flashes, a glimpse of a shadow moving in the fog. The heartbeat sound grows louder. Then silence. They thought it was over. But the dead never sleep. 3 years have passed since the last outbreak. Seabrook lies quiet now, too quiet. The walls that once divided humans, zombies, and werewolves are cracked, covered in vines and old memories. The world believes peace has finally returned. But peace is just a mask. And masks always break. The camera moves through the empty hallways of Seabrook High. Dust floats in the sunlight. A torn cheer poster reads, "Unity Forever." The music box from the old zombie club starts playing by itself, slow and eerie. Then a locker door creaks open. Inside, a green mist spills out, curling like smoke. A voice speaks, deep, calm, unsettling. They buried the truth. But the ground remembers. We see flashes, an old lab hidden underground, glass tanks shattered, neon tubes flickering. A single heartbeat on a monitor begins to pulse again. Something inside the dark chamber moves, cut to a close-up of a pale hand rising from a pool of glowing liquid. The pulse sound turns into a rumble. Then a low growl shakes the silence. And the next generation of the undead has awakened. The screen fades to black. Heavy breathing echoes, and the title burns faintly across the screen, Zombies 5, thunder cracks across the blood-red sky. The streets of Seabrook tremble as something stirs beneath the surface. The camera glides over manholes rattling, windows shattering, and old graffiti that reads, "Zombies are history." Then, from the cracks in the ground, a green mist begins to seep out, glowing brighter with every heartbeat. "They thought the infection was gone," the narrator whispers, his voice echoing like a memory, but this is no ordinary infection. It mutates. It adapts. It learns. A shadow sprints through the mist too fast to be human, too sharp to be old. In one blink, it vanishes, leaving only glowing footprints that burn into the pavement. Sirens wail in the distance, and the camera cuts to a laboratory. Broken glass, shattered monitors, and on the screen a warning blinks. Generation X strain active. A scientist's last recording plays. "We tried to control it, but it evolved beyond us." Suddenly, walls explode outward as new zombies burst through, a new breed. Sleek and terrifying, their eyes glowing blue instead of green. They move in packs, coordinated, intelligent. One looks directly at the camera before disappearing into the smoke. "The undead are no longer mindless," the voice says coldly. "They're the next step." The screen flickers, static hisses, and the words appear, "The rise has begun." The city burns in silence. Smoke rises where once there were homes, laughter, and music. Now the air hums with fear. Searchlights sweep through the ruins as military drones hover above, scanning every shadow. A mechanical voice repeats through static, "Evacuation protocol failed. Sector 9 compromised." A lone survivor kneels beside a broken photo, the old Seabrook cheer team smiling, frozen in a moment of peace. The survivor's trembling hands clutch the picture before tucking it into a worn jacket. A faint heartbeat sound returns, slow but steady, inside a hidden bunker. Scientists rush to mix glowing serums, their faces pale with dread. On the wall, written in blood, "To survive, we must evolve." The lights flicker as a massive thud echoes from above, something heavy moving across the ceiling. "We tried to fight them," a voiceover murmurs, weary and cracked. "But how do you fight what doesn't die?" A glass vial falls, shattering on the floor. The camera zooms in, a drop of the glowing serum seeps into the cracks, pulsing with life, then silence. A single figure steps from the shadows, holding another vial brighter, stronger. Their eyes flash with determination. "This time," the voice says, firm and calm, "humanity won't run." The sound of distant roars rises. The screen fades to black, Z5 serum activated. The world stands on the edge of silence. The moon glows blood red, its light washing over a shattered skyline. Fires flicker in the distance and shadows crawl across the ruins. The wind carries faint whispers, names, cries, echoes of those who tried to fight. Then the camera pans upward, revealing a massive symbol burned into the ground -Z-5.A deep. Distorted voice speaks through the static. This is no longer survival. This is evolution. In the darkness, shapes move. The new undead march together, eyes blazing with unnatural light. They're faster, stronger, organized. They are no longer monsters, they are an army. The ground shakes beneath their steps as a green-blue storm brews above them. Lightning flashes, and for a split second, we see the new leader, a half-human, half-undead hybrid with scars glowing like fire. Inside a crumbling tower, the last humans prepare. The camera catches a glimpse of the vial, the Z5 serum, glowing brighter than ever. The survivor from before loads it into a launcher, their breath steady. If this is the end, the voice whispers, let it be on our terms. A massive explosion lights up the sky, green, gold, and white. The shockwave spreads, washing over both the living and the dead. The screen flickers, static hisses. Then silence. A final line appears, Zombies 5, the rise of a new undead generation. Coming 2026, and beneath it a faint whisper echoes, the dead were never our enemies. They were our future.